Hey, my friends, welcome, welcome, welcome. I am your friend Kevin, and I am grateful that you're here. I hope you're grateful that you're here. This is your Divine Daily Blast for today. Let's get right to it. Here we go. So, we're in a angel numerology number 6 today. So, what is number 6? I call this revitalize. You can call it revising. You can call it reviewing. You can call it a little look at where we are and what we're doing. The energy of today is about being responsible, loving, compassionate, selfless, and kind, mostly to yourself. Stop worrying about the material world, about the paying of bills, about what you need, what you want. Focus instead on positive desires. And when I say that, if you're focusing on purchasing, if you're focusing on having, if you're focusing on attaining, reevaluate, revitalize the focus into what's it going to feel like when it arrives? What's it going to feel like when you have it in your hands? What are you going to do with it? How are you going to use it? And how grateful are you going to be when that materializes? This number works with the 7 of Swords or 7 of Air if you're using one of Ragley's decks. It can also work with the ego and the devil, because sometimes the devil shows us our selfish sides. Use the moon with the sign of Aquarius. Now, the moon today is actually still in Gemini. But if you're looking to revitalize plans and look at plans in a different way, you can call upon Archangel Sandalphon. You can bring in Archangel Haniel to give you the guidance in how you want to look at something differently. Particularly if you're really stuck on a decision or even frozen with how do I move forward with this rapid changing energy. Or like sometimes, give me a sign, give me an indication, and for me, that is how I feel about something. Angel affirmation is from Sandalphon. With my feet on earth and my head in heaven, I deliver prayers directly to the divine and return the answer back to you. My prayers are always heard and always answered. I receive angelic guidance with perfect clarity. Once the prayer that you've sent up lands in your heart as already being given, we move to the ism that says, I am grateful for all that I have and all that is on the way. And then thank you, thank you, thank you. I usually affirm my blessings with 3 times. Once from my heart and spirit and soul. Once for gratitude to the divine. Mind, my thoughts, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Mind, body, and soul. All of it. I'm confident, clear, and focused. That goes with revitalize. I am confident in everything I do that's going to work out. I'm clear about my vision forward, and I know what that vision looks like. And I'm focused on attaining it, on getting it. Anytime there's a doubt, that's a blockage. That's a break. That's a lack of confidence, a lack of control, a lack of vision, a lack of focus, a lack. And you just say clear, cancel, and delete. Goodbye. Thank you very much. I'm done. You repeat it. I'm clear, I'm confident, and I'm focused. Focused, focused, focused. I want to read a little bit about what Mayat's, or at least share what Mayat's vision is for this week with her divine intervention, because it's a really important message that comes in from her. She's talking about weighing up her options. and choosing the highest good. And the reason why I brought this up is because when there is fast moving physical energy, and I'm talking about, the rumblings and bumblings and physical changes that are happening around us in our world that have us pivoting or perhaps spinning or maybe discombobulated with what's going to happen next. Fear is what that is. And I've been a big proponent, and I'll be the first to admit it. Fear, for some energies and entities, is a way that they make money. It's a way that they help themselves. If somebody can convince somebody else to be fearful of something, to prevent it, one party will do almost anything so that doesn't happen. Well, it hasn't happened, and what makes you think it will happen? That's what the point I'm making. So before jumping in with both feet, Mayette says stop for a moment. Her message and the universal message is to wait just a minute. Take a little time to look at, revitalize, see what's actually going on before making any really rash decisions, particularly if you are feeling emotionally charged. If something has got you going, oh my gosh, oh my goodness, oh Lord, if you have that, you got to stop. You got to get grounded. When we are in that place of fear, the ego is driving the bus. And it's driving us to make choices that are aligned with selfish needs instead of the highest good. I've said, and we should all be saying, this or something better now manifests for me for the highest good of all concerned. That is the highest good of the person bringing it to you, the highest good of the person that it's going to benefit from by you having it. All of these things, there has to be a universal benefit for all that we're doing, all that we're up for. When emotions are high, they can lead us to making these rash, crazy decisions instead of good ones. The scales at the moment where we are with planetary alignment, global consciousness, right now the scales can tip in any direction, and it can change everything. So the reason why Maya has stepped in this week is to help us weigh up whatever options we've got going on before we move forward. And that's where revitalization comes in. That's where being grateful for all that I have and all that's on the way. Grateful, confident, clear, focused, grateful. My prayers are always heard and always answered. I receive daily angelic guidance. This does take a bit of practice because we're getting shown both sides since we're here. We're getting shown, I don't know if I like that, that's a little ratchet. We also have the ability to choose and the ability to change choices, revitalize, change the choices. Faith is with us all week long, letting us know that we are safe and we're protected by angels. The cloak of protection doesn't ever leave us, even though we may not be conscious that it exists. So know this, if you're in a situation that involves other people, call in more light and harmony. Be open to the highest good for unfolding, that everybody has the highest good unfolding. Everyone, everyone, everyone. The people in the places on the planet that are experiencing great hardship, great changes. Be up for the highest good of wherever they're going and whatever they're doing. When we force energy to go in any one particular direction, we're interfering with how things shift as we move into our future. So ask yourself, what is it? What would be the best possible outcome for yourself and invite the higher power in to lead you to that highest good. And then you get to be the what I want to call it, the way seer, the truth bearer for other people. Beatrice and Gertrude, where are you? They are on top of a mountain. Ooh, okay. And they're calling towards the heavens. Actually, they're in this, what I would consider looking like a magical sand dune. So it's way up high for them. And it's sort of like a cave, but it's open to the sky. And then around them is this bank, this sand bank with these dunes around it. They put some fancy lights around, so they've got a little bit of love in their heart. But the point that they're in here is weighing up our options and having us see things we can manifest. We've got to be clear on what we're manifesting rather than being irrational and spontaneous. Spontaneity is good when it comes to having fun and enjoying something. Oh, I want this card. This is what I want. Let's see what their message is in this Angels and Auras Oracle deck by Radley Valentine. Look at this. Oh. And Dougal Fraser. So here we go. We have abundance. And these two lads underneath the tree. One of them checking the social media. And the other one just reading a book. But they're quite happy. Faith, optimism, excitement, breakthroughs. This is where the magic happens. This is how the magic happens. This is where the choices get made. What are you choosing? Because whatever you choose right now is sure as fire going to happen for you. So, am I making sense? I hope I am. I've shared with you for a while that I felt like I have been in a covert or withdrawn in a bubble. Many actors call it a bubble. I was listening to a podcast from an actor that did a wonderful, wonderful story with another actor, and he turned to the director and he said, well, I get in my bubble when I'm about to do something, perform something, or take on a story. He goes into his bubble. I like that. I like that term of going into the bubble. I'm in my bubble. And it doesn't mean that you're shutting everybody out. You're just being reflective. You're being soulful. I like it. It's like a soulful place. A place where there's nothing I need to do right now. There's nowhere I need to go right now. There's nothing I actually have to put my mind and my heart to right now. So I'm going to be in that little cocoon before we emerge into this new world. Like I always look at the fact that we're part of this great universal energy, this big part of the divine. We are limitless in everything that we do. And sometimes we have to sort of stay still and stay quiet and wait for the right time. And that's really difficult for humans because, let's face it, if you've been on the planet like I have, 62 years, it's a while. I was here before cassette players. I was here, we had vinyl records and a turntable that you had to plug into the wall. Portable because you could carry it from room to room. I mean, this was, before microwave ovens. I think I was born before they had automatic washing machines. Certainly black and white television. What my point is, it didn't take long, a half a century, even less, for us to whoosh into this technological age of instant gratification. Like, let's face it, Amazon changed the way we bought stuff. You want it today? Okay, here it is. And then other companies said, well, all right, you need this. You don't have to go to bricks and mortars. Somebody's going to drive up in a van and drop it off at your house if you live somewhere metropolitan. Now, if you're out in the boonies, well, it might take a couple of days. And that being said, it's interesting to me when I look at human consciousness and the way people behave. The more congested things are, the more solitude we crave. It's interesting. I like studying that stuff. It's what I call being in the bubble. Being in the bubble of what exactly is going on. I would like to have that existence, and I'm probably going to end up with it, of living in solitude and living in, that space where you look out your back door and all you see is woods and fields and nature, but not being too far from the hustle and the bustle. So I can visit the hustle and bustle when I want to. That's just lovely to manifest. I don't know where I was going with that story. Anyway, I think the whole point is we are shifting, we are shaping, we are changing. What changes do you want to make in your life? And those changes that you make, the visions that you're creating, how does that positively affect you and other people? It's just so interesting. I look at folks who want to be seen, who have a platform, who are socially popular, who are whatever that is that they're doing, that people say yes, 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 yes. And I wonder, how are they sustaining it? How are they doing it? What's causing it? What are they using to shape? And some people do it and shape the way people think and feel and behave. Others do it just for the sake of doing it and being seen and being popular. It's just saying. I think if you've got that ability to have a platform that can really make a difference to the lives of other people, that is where the magic happens. Because it's a give and a take. That's all I'm going to say. Don't forget, next Wednesday night, that's the 9th of April, I'm doing a co-host. I've been invited to co-host with the wonderful Susan B, a great channel. Here is how you sign up. There you go. SusanBintuitive.com/events. I think it's one of the top events that pops up. I'd love to see you there. In the meantime, stay tuned. I'll be back tomorrow with another Divine Daily Blast. Bye for now.